You know, it's one of the most common, most universal things any animal does. That deep, involuntary breath, the jaw stretching wide, that slow, satisfying exhale, the humble yawn. You see it everywhere, from the mightiest lion to the tiniest mouse. And yet, its real purpose? That has remained one of biology's most stubborn and enduring mysteries.
We've all been told it's just a simple sign of being tired, right? Or maybe that we need more oxygen. But what if those explanations just barely scratch the surface? What if there's a far deeper, more ancient, and frankly more tragic story going on? What if the yawn isn't about right now, but is actually an echo from the very deepest parts of our evolutionary past?
So, to really understand the yawn, we first have to kind of unlearn what we think we know. We have to push past the easy answers and look at it for what it really is. A profound biological puzzle, a kind of ghostly command, passed down through thousands and thousands of years.
The usual explanations, tiredness, a lack of oxygen, even the idea of cooling the brain, they all seem plausible enough. But they don't really capture the sheer primal power of the act, do they? They feel like they're describing symptoms, not the root cause. Some theorists are now proposing the truth lies so much deeper, that it's a vestigial echo from our most ancient ancestors, a behavior that's literally locked in our DNA from a time when we were fundamentally different creatures.
And this brings us to a revolutionary and maybe even a little unsettling new theory, an idea that completely reframes this simple everyday act. It's not just a reflex, it's a forgotten instinct. An instinct that connects us not to our primate cousins, but to the silent, sun-drenched world of plants.
It's called the photosynthesis instinct. Now, this theory suggests that every single time you yawn, it's a subconscious attempt by your cells to do the impossible. It's a deep, biological command to open yourself up to the sky and absorb energy directly from the sun, just like a leaf on a tree. It's an instinct that's buried so deep within us, we don't even recognize what it's for anymore.
And if you watch closely, the instinct unfolds in a very precise three-step ritual. First, the jaw opens as wide as it can, maximizing the surface area inside the mouth to soak up the sun. Second, you take that deep, deep breath, not for oxygen, but as a primal attempt to pull in carbon dioxide, the key ingredient for photosynthesis. And finally, the head tilts back, an involuntary movement to point the inside of your mouth, your own primitive solar panel, directly toward the light. It's a primal command, coming from our oldest cellular memories. This theory suggests that before we were hunters, before we were gatherers, there was a time when we were something else entirely. And the memory of that time still lives inside us, whispering one single impossible instruction: to eat the light. But here's where the story gets really heartbreaking. Because we have this profound, beautiful instinct, but we've completely lost the ability to follow through. It is a biological command that can never be obeyed, a ritual that's forever left unfinished.
The scientists in this field actually have a name for it. They call it photonic rejection, the tragedy of the human tongue. Our biology reaches out for the sun's energy, but our modern bodies just aren't equipped to receive it anymore. The photons, those tiny particles of light carrying all that life-giving energy, they arrive only to be rejected. Just think about the elegant efficiency of a plant. A leaf is a perfect solar receiver. It absorbs light and it turns it into fuel. Simple, successful. Now, consider our own attempt. The light particles arrive, they make contact with our tongue, and they just bounce harmlessly away. It's a moment of profound biological failure, repeated millions and millions of times a day, all across the planet.
And the implications of this are just staggering. This quote from the main book on the theory suggests that this constant subconscious failure, this deep, unmet need to connect with our ultimate energy source, is actually the root cause of our deepest philosophical struggles. Our existential angst might not be psychological at all, but biological, a constant nagging yearning for the sun.
Okay, so that raises a huge question, right? If this is all just a personal, biological failure, why on earth is it contagious? Why do we feel that irresistible urge to yawn the second we see somebody else do it? Well, the theory has a really poignant answer for that too.
It's a primal herd instinct. Think about it. When one member of the ancient tribe yawned, it wasn't a sign that they were tired. It was a subconscious signal to everyone else. A reminder, hey, the sun is out, it's time to feed. It's a social echo of a shared, forgotten dependency. So seeing a yawn triggers that same deep memory in us. It's a shared moment of biological nostalgia for an ability that all of us have lost.
And so we're left with this completely new understanding. We don't just have a simple reflex. What we have is a profound connection to a past we can barely even imagine, a quiet, persistent echo of our inner plant.
So the next time you feel that deep, irresistible urge to yawn, just try to see it differently. It is not a sign that you are bored or tired. It is a ghost. It's a phantom limb of our collective soul. It's a fleeting, physical memory of what our species once was, and a heartbreaking reminder of everything we have lost along the way.
So please, don't stifle your next yawn. Don't see it as a social mistake or a sign of failure. See it for what this theory suggests it really is: a beautiful, even if futile, ritual. It's a brief, sacred moment where your body remembers a time, long, long ago in the mists of prehistory, when we too could turn our faces to the sky and eat the sun.